Hello hikers, nature and history lovers, this is Blue Jacket. Thank you for watching my channel. Today we are in Boston, Massachusetts. And today we are taking the Boston's Freedom Trail. It is urban 2.5 miles long walking path that is preserving 16 historical places related to the Boston's history and the American Revolution. And we are going to start here at the Visitor Center in Boston Common Park. I'm just going to grab a map of the trail and we can start. Happy trails!
Anything else I need?
And the first stop on our tour is the Boston Common Park. It is a public 50-acre park dating from 1634, which makes that the oldest city park in the United States. Our second stop on the trail is the Massachusetts State House. The State House serves as a seat of the government since 1798, holding the executive and legislative branches. In 1997, the dome was covered in 23 carats gold. Third site on our trail is the Park Street Church. Founded in 1809, the 217 feet steeple was once the first landmark the travelers saw when approaching Boston. Right behind the church is our stop number 4, the Granary Burying Ground. Established in 1660, some of the most America's notable citizens rest here. Site number 5 is the King's Chapel and Burying Ground. Built by the orders of King James II in 1686, originally as a wooden structure. In 1749, the stone structure of Georgian Chapel was constructed. Next site is right behind the King's Chapel, and it is the site of the first public school in Boston and United States, and the statue of Benjamin Franklin. The first public school in Boston was a Latin school opened in 1635. The Benjamin Franklin statue was erected in 1856, prominently standing in front of the old City Hall. Number 7 side is the Old Corner Bookstore. Originally, it was site of Boston's resident Anne Hutchinson. It no longer operates as a bookstore, but it still continues as a place of commerce. Next site is the Old South Meeting House. Old South Meeting House is the second eldest church in Boston, built in 1729. The church was used for public meetings. The most famous one happened on December 16, 1773. When 5,000 residents gathered at the evening of Boston Tea Party. Next site is the Old State House. Built in 1713, it is the Boston's eldest public building, operating as a museum. Right in front of the Old State House is the site number 10, the Boston Massacre site. 5 men were killed here during the clash that happened on March 5, 1770, between the colonists and the redcoats. Site number 11 is the Faneuil Hall. The building was a gift from Peter Faneuil to the city in 1742, and it served as a meeting place and open-air market. Right behind Faneuil Hall are 3 great markets to grab a lunch or take a break. South Market, Quincy Market, and North Market. Let's go get lunch. Lunch was good, I've warmed up a bit, it's pretty chilly today, and we can continue with the Freedom Trail, and we're heading to the neighborhood called the North End. Site number 12 is the Paul Revere's house. Built in 1680, it is the eldest structure in downtown Boston. It was from here Paul Revere took his famous ride on April 18, 1775. Next site on the trail is the Old North Church. One if by land and two if by sea is the most famous signal responsible for the endurance fame of the Old North Church. The church is designated as a National Historic Landmark. The last site on the trail in the North End neighborhood is the Cobbs Hill Burying Ground. Dating from 1659, it was the largest colonial burying ground in Boston. The trail is leaving North End, and we're gonna cross the bridge over the Charles River to another neighborhood called Charlestown. This is Charles River. Our first stop in Charlestown is the Navy Yard. And here is a visitor center. We're gonna warm up there a bit. The main attraction of the Charleston Navy Yard is the USS Constitution located by Pier 1. It is a wooden, three-mast heavy frigate of the United States Navy. Named by President George Washington, she is the eldest commissioned naval vessel afloat. The USS Constitution was launched in 1797 as one of 6 original frigates authorized for construction by the Naval Act of 1794. As a fully commissioned US Navy ship, her crew of 60 officers and sailors participate in ceremonies educational programs, and special events. The last site on the Freedom Trail is the Bunker Hill Monument. The 222 feet granite obelisk was built to commemorate the Battle of Bunker Hill, the first major conflict between British and Patriot forces in the American Revolutionary War, fought on June 17, 1775. The monument is not located on Bunker Hill, but instead on Breeds Hill, where most of the fighting in the misnamed Battle of Bunker Hill actually took place. You ready for some serious climbing? It's 294 steps to the top of the monument. I made it to the top. Let's enjoy the view now. That's a Charleston Navy Yard with the USS Constitution we just came from. The neighborhood across the water is the East Boston, and then behind is the Logan International Airport. And that huge mass of water on the horizon, that's Atlantic Ocean. Here we can enjoy the downtown Boston, and that monumental bridge in front is the Leonard P. Zakim Bridge that is carrying the Interstate 93. And on this side we can enjoy the charming streets of Charlestown. So this was Boston's Freedom Trail. Thank you for joining me on this historical journey, and I will see you next time for another adventure. Happy trails!